Hello and welcome to Day 6, Section 6 of Learn PostgreSQL in 7 Days. By the end of this section, you'll learn how to combine data from two tables using joins. Now, before we get started, let's take a moment to review the solutions to Day 5's assessment. So, if you haven't taken this assessment, please go back to Section 5 and give it a try. Otherwise, let's move on to the solutions starting with Problem 1. So for Problem 1, it's another day at the DVD rental store, and your manager has asked you to find out the highest amount paid from the payment table. Write a query that will return this information for your manager. So your solution to this exercise should have looked like this. We would have used the select statement, and with the max function, we could have passed in the amount column from the payment table, and this would have produced the desired result. Let's move on to Problem 2. So for Problem 2, later in the day, your manager asks you to find out the lowest amount paid from the payment table. Write a query that will return the lowest amount paid from the payment table. So your solution to this problem should have looked like this. Again, we start with the select statement, and then with the min function, we pass in the amount column from the payment table. Let's move on to Problem 3. So for Problem 3, it's the next day at the DVD rental store, and you're helping your manager analyze values in the rental duration column from the film table. Your manager needs your help finding out the average rental duration rounded to the nearest integer. Write a query that will return the desired result. So your solution to this problem should have looked like this. Again, we start with the select statement, and then with the round function, we pass in the returned result of passing in the rental duration column to the average function from the film table. Let's move on to Problem 4. So for Problem 4, later in the day, your manager asks you to query the payment table to find the sum total of all the distinct values in the amount column. Write a query to satisfy this request. So let's look at the solution to this exercise. The way we could have solved this would be to start with a select statement, and then with the sum function, we can pass in two arguments: distinct and then the amount column. This would essentially evaluate to the total sum of all the values in the amount column minus any duplicate values. And there you have it. At this time, let's go ahead and conclude this video and introduce the next topic. That concludes this video as we review the solutions to Day 5's assessment. I hope you were able to complete all of these with no problem. But if for some reason you were not, now you have the solutions, so I would highly encourage you to go back and give them another try. Otherwise, let's go ahead and introduce the next video in this section.